One job. Okay. All right, welcome everybody. I'm going to get started. Just to let you know, this particular portion of the evening is being streamed into the other areas tonight. So the information that I'm giving you is going out to all the other year levels located around these two buildings. Obviously, it's not our preferred way of doing things, but I think you understand where we're coming from and what we have to do to comply at the moment. Thank you all for being here. I know for some of you it might have been a bit of a yes, do I go, no, do I, waiting to hear it, but it's good for us to have you here because we can get some real clarity around any questions you might have. You'll be able to meet some of the people who are directly responsible to certain learning areas and certain year levels as well that can really answer any questions that you might have. I do want to apologise straight out if you're a Geelong supporter that I've got you here and you're missing the game. I also want to apologise if you're a Crow supporter. We'll get you home in time for that. So, first thing, however, is I would like one of our students, Somali, to come up, and she's going to do a welcome to country for us.
We would like to acknowledge that the land we meet on today as the traditional lands of the Cunningham people, and we would like to respect their spiritual relationship with their country. We would also acknowledge the Ghana people as the custodians of the island region, and that their spiritual and heritage beliefs are still important to the living Ghana people today. Thank you.
Thank you, Zamali. So just a quick outline of what's going to happen tonight. I'm going to talk really briefly about the importance of course selection. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of our unique student opportunities for 2021 and beyond. I'm going to get Mr. Jackson to talk around our VET opportunities, and then we're going to get some students to talk about some advice that they will have for the students that are here. And then there's going to be some specific course information for specific year levels, because every year level has a slightly different course card and slightly different options. At the end, we will have some time for some question and answers, and then there might be some opportunity as well to seek out some other information that you might have some gaps on. So, draft course cards. All your students should have received these. Hopefully, in the sessions that you are in now, you might have got them given out, or they might be waiting for the individual sessions. But students should all have these, and in fact this morning they will have had some time in home group to start to go through their course cards and start to do a bit of a drafting, so not a final copy but a draft copy, thinking about what subjects they do want to look at. Okay. Students have also received online appointment booking forms, and they should have gone home to you. If you have not seen that document, we have spares to give out tonight. That's a really important one because we do have an online booking system that you will need to use for the learning conversations that will precede the course selection evening. So it's really important that you do have that as well. Course handbook is online, so if you go to our website, you'll get to see that. I'll show that in a very small snippet in a minute, and then later on you'll get some more detailed information about how to access that. The learning conversations and course selection day will be in 2 weeks' time, and it's from 1 p.m. in the afternoon through to 8 p.m. in the evening. So hopefully that will cater for all of you. For those that do not or cannot make it, then we will obviously make some special appointment times for you. That is a student-free day, so they do come in for that session and that session alone, so there'll be no classes running on that day, but it is important to bring your student along to the course selection day. I know some of you would probably like to leave them at home, but no, they need to be involved in the decision making. So the course cards, this is fundamentally what they look like on the front. So very similar, yet completely different for each year level. So hopefully, and we've refined these over the years, hopefully they are easy to follow, and as you go through this evening, you'll find the information that you need and some guidance about how to complete your course cards. Fabulous covers for our course selection handbook, so they are on our website, and there is a middle school and a senior school one. So the way you go about finding that is you get on to the internet and you go to the school website. So if you start typing in Wirreanda Secondary School, it will come up, and when the school webpage loads, you will see a tab over on the left that says curriculum. So you'll need to click on that tab, and that will be shown exactly how you do that shortly. And then scrolling down a little bit, there'll be two tabs, one for the middle school course handbook and one for the senior school handbook. And you'll need to click on them. At the moment, they're opening up in PDF. Doesn't give the full picture of what some of the information is. Some of the information sits across 2 pages. It does take a lot longer to load in what's called Lucid Press. So we're going to check that out and see if we can get that to load in shorter amount of time, and we might change the formatting. The good thing about the PDF, however, is that you can download it and you can look at it on your computer at any time without having to go back into the website. So a couple of things to look at in the course handbooks is that you will get individual subject descriptions. Now, some subjects, such as English and HASS, have semester or even term modules, and there'll be descriptions about those. Some of the other subjects will be about the whole year. That's really just year 12 subjects, but then there will also be your year 8, 9, 10 and 11 subjects, which will be in semester form. And so they'll describe what's going to happen pretty briefly, but giving you the key things that you need to know for each subject. One of the good things though in the course selection handbook are these wonderfully colourful diagrams that do give you an overview of what choosing a particular subject can lead to. So it is important, and I know it's hard, particularly if you're a year 8 going into your year 9, 7 going into 8, thinking long term, thinking 2 or 3 years down the track. And you don't have to. It's a good idea though to see where the subject choices you make will lead you. When you're going into year 10 and you're starting perhaps to think about particular vocations or careers, or if you're a uni aspirant, what types of subjects you might want to do in year 12, you do need to backtrack. So start from year 12 and work back. Oh, if I need physics in year 12, what do I need in year 11? What should I do in year 10? All right, all those kinds of things. I want to be a tradie, I want to be a chippy, I want to get out and have some kind of trade skills. Look at what subject I want to do, or subjects I want to do in year 12, work out what subjects lead into them from year 11 and year 10 and so on. So it is important to start looking at that to make sure you're not choosing subjects that are going to also block off any potential change in aspiration as well. So nice and colourful, they should be easy to follow. That's enough for me right now. Deep breath from these guys. I'm going to invite Cody, Zamali, Tyler and Sarah up to the front, because I can tell you all the things that you need to know, such as read the course handbook, look thoroughly at your course selection cards, but take it from these guys. They've been through it more recently than I have.
Thank you, Mr. Cunningham. Good evening, everyone. My name's Sarah. I'm one of the school captains for 2020. We've got Cody, who's one of the senior school yellow house captains, and we've got Tyler, who's one of the green senior school house captains. All students at Wirreanda Secondary School have a genuine voice in making decisions about their learning. We have a range of opportunities to have a say, experience success, and become well-rounded individuals.
The key elements that have benefited us to make informed decisions about the courses have included having conversations with teachers about the courses and whether they suit us as a learner, so we're able to use our strengths but also be challenged. It's also important to find out what's expected of us as a learner, including the skills needed and the type of learning that might occur.
The advice we as student leaders would like to provide students during course selection includes choosing courses you might not have originally considered, as they can lead to new opportunities and discovering new pathways. Choose subjects that will challenge you, as they tend to be the subjects in which you demonstrate the most growth, and it is where deep learning happens. Don't just select courses that your friends have chosen or want to do. You will have the opportunity to develop relationships with the peers in your classes and potentially make new friends.
If you're a senior school student, I suggest you choose subjects which support your career pathway. If you're planning to attend university or TAFE, look at the prerequisites, which are classes that you need to do the course, so you are organised and have a good foundation of the required knowledge and learning. If you're in middle school, however, use course selection as an opportunity to try courses that intrigue you or something that you're interested in. It's important to keep an open mind and that you may not get all of the preferences that you choose, so make sure you have a few backup preferences as a just in case.
This evening provides us with opportunity to share our experiences and perspectives about course selection and particularly how choices can positively shape the experiences that we have at school.
Informing myself about the requirements of the course, including finding out how the learning is structured, was beneficial in making a decision. For example, I investigated whether we will be required to do a lot of research, collaborative planning, or whether there are practical elements. Make sure you refer and use the course handbook and seek out teachers and leaders of that learning area for further information about the learning requirements in the course, or if you have any other questions.
Students, we encourage you to check in with your teachers and the key leaders that you have in each house and even in your year levels. The Wirreanda Secondary School community is here to support you in making informed decisions about your learning and your future pathways. Your decisions are important to us just as they are important to you. Thank you. We hope you have a good night tonight, guys.
Thanks, girls. Now, the girls later on will spread out amongst the different year level individual information sessions. So if you do have specific questions for them, they'll be more than happy to answer. Right, girls? Excellent. I'm now going to pass over to Mr. Jackson.
I'm just going to briefly talk about vet and apprenticeship options within the school. Most of the information you can see is just there on the slide. I'm not going to read from that slide, but I'll just summarise the types of things that you need to know about vet. Vet is about the vocational elements or vocational training courses that we offer in this school and outside of this school. So we do have students that actually go outside of this area as well to other places within Adelaide. We have a couple of students who go to the city. We have students going down to Noarlunga and private training organisations as well. So there are a variety of courses we offer in school, and as I said, there are other schools that offer different courses to us and some that offer similar courses or variants of our courses. So we're talking about trade schools, but we're also talking about particular courses in specific areas such as business administrations or food and hospitality or childcare, those sorts of areas, as well as what people associate with vet courses being those tradey sort of vocations around joinery and building and those kind of things. So it can be a way to get a head start into a particular vocation that a student is interested in or thinks they're interested in. Sometimes it can be a way of finding out that they're not particularly interested in those areas. And it can also be a way of going from a vet course into an apprenticeship or a traineeship, which can involve students being here only a couple of days a week to do particular subjects that they have to do, and then going off and earning money while they do it and getting an apprenticeship or a traineeship at the same time. That can be quite a complex area, and we work with an apprenticeship broker in this area who gives specialist advice for students who are seeking that sort of pathway. I'm the person to speak to about the sort of courses we have on offer, as is Kadri, who works one-on-one with students and also works closely with me. As it says there, this can be a great way of getting a foot in the door in vocations, but it can also be something that supports students who want a more academic pathway. We do have those students who want to get hands-on in particular industries, but really want to go to university as well, especially those who choose to do it at a lower level, and then in year 12 they may choose not to go on a vet course and do more academic subjects. So please come and talk to us if you have any questions about, or talk to myself tonight, or you can contact us later on, myself or Kadri, about vet courses and what's on offer. We have a vet information evening next Tuesday between 6 and 7. If you know, that's really for those students and parents who want to know more about specific courses and their son or daughter has expressed a desire to go on a particular vet course. So by all means come and talk to us, and then come along to the vet information evening next Tuesday. Thank you.
I believe Nick has some little flyers for next week as well, so if you are interested. So up in the STEM space, in the upstairs portion of our STEM space, Bex Johnson from Flinders University is here to answer any questions, and I know that might be for some of the students who are more in the senior portions that might be over in the other building, but for any students and parents who have any university type questions, she's certainly around to answer those. She will also be here on course selection day with some information, further information. But Bex will also be working with Mrs. Buswell, who's our senior school wellbeing leader, for any Year 12 students who are looking at their SATAC entry. So students who are wanting to start applying for university will be able to book sessions through our booking system to have a hand in going through that, because that can be a daunting and a complex process, and having some assistance for people is really important. So as I mentioned already, 2 weeks time, our learning conversations and course selection day. Information that has already gone home, and if you haven't received it after your year level sessions, please seek out the presenters, because they have spares of how to go about logging in and who you should make appointments for. So on your learning conversation day, you obviously want to make an appointment with your home group teacher. That's number one priority. You may also make appointments with subject teachers. You may also make appointments with other leaders, wellbeing leaders, our inclusive ed leader if you need, the ATSI team, anyone who's listed you can make an appointment with. Some people just might want to talk to somebody separate for some additional advice, but the whole school will be available on that day. So what we will do right now is wrap this little portion up. Staff will be available after the next session for any general questions, but we're now going to take specific year level questions. So I know that Ms. Dean is right here to present to the 8s going into 9s. Over in the boardroom is the year 7s going into 8, and over in the senior space, sorry, not senior space, over in the STEM area is our year 9s into 10, 10s into 11, and 11s into 12. So if you're in the wrong area, please make sure you move through to the correct one, or if you're kind of straddling a couple of different areas because you've got a couple of students in a couple of different year levels, choose now, choose wisely, but don't forget we will put up these sessions, all of the sessions online for you to have a look at and replay as many times as you really want. Thanks a lot.